back for another video. My name is Josh Kasich, and today is my Dark Phoenix spoiler review. Now, I'll give you 10 seconds to leave before you go, but you are warned in the title and, well, just now. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000, 8, 1,000, 9, 1,000, 10, 1,000. Alright guys, I think that is enough time for you guys to leave the video. But if you stayed, remember, either you have been warned. Okay, let's restart this. Definitely very interesting story. I actually liked it. I know it's kind of it's a different that I know I haven't read the Dark Phoenix comic books. It was a trilogy and it's kind of one movie. I get it, but I can see why people are somewhat upset with that. Maybe because it's not exactly the same. But honestly, I don't think they were trying to necessarily go for that. You know, it's different depictions, I think, of understanding what the Dark Phoenix is, and I think the story was definitely engaging. I like that. The actor who played Jean Grey, she did really good. Unfortunately, the one part I don't like, is that they killed Raven / Mystique. Yeah, they did kill her. I find that annoying. I wish they didn't do that. That's the only that's the only part I really don't like of the film. I like everything else. The story was really good to me. A lot of people hated it. I don't get why. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Yes, there's flaws, and I agree there are some. Especially story plot ones, like compared to the previous one where they kind of hinted at the Dark Phoenix. But it's definitely possible. Now, I watched a YouTube video on this, but in the comic books, it was said that the Phoenix Force kind of touched the Jean Grey when she was younger, but didn't give her all the power. She didn't fully absorb it until she found it until it was found in space again. So I think that's I think that explains that kind of misplot kind of continuity. That whole Dark Phoenix aspect could just say that she did, when she was younger, did somehow feel part of the Phoenix Force, but this time she fully absorbed into her. That's my understanding of it. So it's really not necessarily a plot error, continuity error, if you think about it that way. Definitely the characters were interesting. And I think, you have definitely emotional plot point with, what's his name? Sorry, my bad. Magneto and Beast, because they both love Raven. They were upset and they want to kill Jean Grey. And obviously that went wrong, and near the end she basically saved everyone by killing the villains. Now, the villains were a alien species, also from the Dark Phoenix thing, and although the only thing I think, the problem with them, I don't think they really, from what I've read from other YouTubers I watch, they weren't necessarily the aliens from the comic books. They were kind of they took the power of the Skrulls, kind of, and okay, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem. And then the fact that near the end she started disintegrating all of them, so it's kind of an Infinity War aspect when he snapped, and Endgame. Yeah, those are a little weird. Kind of plot stealing, I guess you could say. I don't know. They did do a lot of extensive reshoots so that it wouldn't exactly be the same as Infinity War and Captain Marvel. I think they literally said that this movie, the original movie, was kind of like Captain Marvel, so they kind of wanted to change it. There was a lot of problems with reshoots and stuff, and I get it, but I actually enjoyed this. I wish other people did. I wish people enjoyed the end, because obviously this is it. This is the last X-Men movie, because at this point, time of releasing Dark Phoenix, Marvel already owns the X-Men. Disney already owned Fox at this point of the release of Dark Phoenix. A lot of people saying that this lost money from Disney, which doesn't make any sense to me because Disney didn't, or Marvel didn't spend any money on Dark Phoenix. Like, they didn't pay for it or anything like that. So if it actually lost any money, it was Fox who lost money. But then since Disney bought it, that's one thing I don't really didn't make sense with one YouTuber I was watching. They talked about that didn't make any sense to me because they didn't lose money because they didn't pay anything for it. That's only so that was a little weird to me. But other than that, yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed the story. I don't plot point wise. There's a beautiful train scene. A lot of people kind of loved that. I think one thing that a lot of people loved was the action scene on a train where they're facing the aliens and blasting them away and getting rid of them. It was really interesting, awesome action scene, beautifully filmed. Although a lot of people say that this is kind of weird and it didn't. You could obviously tell that there was the reshoots kind of messed with this. It didn't really connect, and I think one thing that hurt this film is definitely the marketing, because originally this movie was supposed to come out last year, but it, reshoots and all that pushed it back, and a lot of times those reshoots and stuff and pushing it back hurts the marketing. Like, it hurts the marketing, like, a lot, because then you start marketing, they probably started marketing last year, and, well, they said this certain date, but got pushed back, and then you have new marketing, and all of this, it just didn't work. And I think that's one big factor in it. Now, there's some people said that a big factor failed. One big problem, the factor of it failing was basically with all the good movies that people are more interested in. It could be a factor, but I think I agree with a lot of other people. That isn't really why it failed, to be honest with you. I tell you right now, watching a lot of YouTubers, no, that's not why it's failed. A lot of people disagree that the story is bad, it just didn't work. I just disagree with that. I thought the story was good, it worked. I thought that's why I thought about it. That's my opinion. Everyone can have their opinion. But, yeah, I don't know, it's like kind of weird because the whole point of the beginning of the film is that all the X-Men were fighting for a peace, and they finally got it. And then Jean Grey happened and everything, that entire thing was ruined. Yeah, okay, maybe that's a little weird. I mean, like, honestly, if one person messes up, why would everything else be ruined? I mean, honestly, I don't think that's how that works. It definitely does not work here, I'll tell you that's for sure. Just because one thing messes up, you think you associate everything else. It's definitely a problem. Like, just because something goes wrong doesn't mean that everyone else who was not involved should be blamed. Okay? No. No. Okay? That is another problem I a little bit have. But overall, I enjoyed it. And stuff. So, I don't think there's really much else to say about this. There's not a lot of details I could really talk about. Like that, I mean, I talked about interesting scenes, the idea, overall. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, and if you're new, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can notify for my next upload. My YouTube channel website link is down in the description as always, and thank you. Goodbye.